And now, a message from Michigan Republicans. President Obama doesn't believe in America. He doesn't believe in Americans. Listen to him just yesterday.
We don't want a race to the bottom.
The reason is clear. He doesn't think we would win. President Barack Obama simply has no faith in America's ability to compete, and he says so himself.
America's not going to compete based on low skill, low wage, no workers' rights.
I have news for you, President Obama. We Republicans believe that American workers can be as unskilled and as poorly paid as any workers on this planet, and with fewer rights to boot. But Obama just doesn't recognize American exceptionalism.
There's always going to be some other country that can treat its workers even worse.
When it comes to mistreating workers, Republicans say, yes, we can. And Governor Rick Snyder is leading the way in Michigan with his right-to-work law. So the next time you hear about workers being abused in Burma or Bangladesh, just realize that Republicans are working hard to make things even worse right here in America. Republicans won't take low for an answer. We won't be satisfied until our wages are the lowest in the world. That's a pretty low bar, but we're Americans and we can get under it. Support right-to-work laws in your state and send President Barack Obama a message.
And I wish this president would learn how to be an American.
Race to the bottom! We can do it! Come on, everybody. Let's race to the bottom. It is an amazing thing. The war on workers, the war on wages, the war on an individual in this country is it's so in your face. It's so everywhere. I don't know how anybody can avoid feeling it at this point. I do understand how people can avoid knowing it because the media is as corrupt as our politics, because the beneficiaries of all that money, the $2 billion that it took to elect our president in the most awesome democracy in the history of the world, it costs $2 billion to choose between a hedge fund manager who hasn't worked in, 12, 15 years, and a guy who is a community organizer and a constitutional law scholar who was the editor of the Harvard Law Review. I mean, $2 billion so that we could, try to tell the difference between the two men. That's great democracy, isn't it? No, it's the greatest oligarchy money can buy. But who gets that money? What is the money for? Well, the money is for the TV. The money is for the radio. The money is for advertising, for marketing. That's what the money is for. So now that you know that, think about this. When the corporations are done giving for elections, then the corporations make an investment in legislation. Now they actually own the entity that crafts and writes the legislation. That's supposed to be the job of Congress. Of course, Congress can't be bothered doing that job, so they outsource that too to ALEC. The Koch brothers. Industry titans. They funnel money into ALEC. ALEC writes the legislation and hands it to cowardly pipsqueaks of governors, people who have no idea what leadership is or what it looks like or how to do it. And they just take their orders from their corporate masters. And the orders are something like either you pass this right-to-work legislation to drive wages down, or we'll find somebody who will. But, Mr. Koch, if I do it, I'm a one-term governor. Yeah, but then you'll have a cushy job with us. Really? Yes, and if you don't do it, you won't have a cushy job with us, and you'll still be a one-term governor because we'll put all this money on the TV. And the TV reporters will never tell anybody anything because they'll lose their jobs. Don't you see? We own it. We own the game. We own the Senate. We own the House. We own the states. We own it all. So don't give us any lip. Just do it. Well, we can't do it before the election because we'll lose. Well, all right, we'll give you until the lame duck Congress. And that's exactly what has happened here.